And me, I'm gonna do this again. Should I have it? Just one test. Okay, Wlodzimierz Sokolowski, doctor, and we are debating, not debating, we're talking about what could be some murderers.
Yes, we're talking about the murder of Marc-Olivier Saunier on June 15th. Okay?
Yeah, we're talking before about
Dixon. Dr. Dixon, we will still come to it.
Yeah, and now his name
And
is
now it's
Marc Saunier.
2001.
2001 Acadian, Marc Saunier, 25 years old.
Yes.
And what happened there?
I was supposed to give him anesthesia, but in the very last moment, the obstetrician took me to the C-section, and my friend took it over. Okay, and he stumbled on the drug.
What was your friend?
No names.
Okay, no, but what was your friend's job?
Anesthesiologist.
Okay, good. Okay, there's two.
Yes, there was three. There was four here or so.
Okay.
And he stumbled and used the contaminated or the anesthetic, the pentothal which was tampered with. And he killed Saunier the same way as I killed Dixon,
Susan Dixon.
25 years before. But I was supposed to have to do the anesthesia. But in the very last moment I switched it over, okay? In other words, I have prepared a poison in 2 cups. In 1 cup. Over there is a cyanide to kill you, and here is coffee for me. And in the very last moment it switched. So I drank the coffee, I'm dead, and you are not.
You want to have a drink of this, just in case? Go ahead.
You understand?
Yes.
So in other words, he killed the patient on my account.
So
he killed the patient on my account.
Yeah.
Listen to this. And I said to him, when present, I have to say, look, this is a coroner's case, it has to be investigated. And he says, yes. He didn't know nothing. They buried him on the 3rd day. He died on Friday. On Monday morning at 9 o'clock, it was a funeral mass in Chatham Head, and he was buried, okay? So there was no investigation whatsoever, no investigation.
What was the cause of death? Can I ask you that?
Murder.
No, how they died.
I say murder. Nobody knows something else because nobody investigated him, okay?
Okay.
If I shoot you here and bury you in the backyard, nobody will ask for anything except that's what it is. Nobody will ask him. I buried him like a dog.
Okay, so this happened to Susan Dickinson.
No. Now we are to 2001.
This happened, don't interrupt. This, oh boy, we're getting tired. Susan Dickinson, this happened to you with Susan Dickinson.
Yes.
Now, this is happening again 25 years later with Marc Saunier, 25-year-old Acadian. So, when that happened, deja vu all over again, didn't you just say, hold it. Police, come here immediately. Did you say that?
No.
How come?
Because he was not my patient. And if the patient of yours die, I am not the one who is going to run for it. It's your obligation. It's your obligation to report it.
Yeah, but how old was the partner?
25, that's good. Listen to this.
The guy that did the...
He's an anesthesiologist. So he is now, the patient was not investigated and he is buried. And everything will be all right. On Wednesday, I read the paper that 3 men died in the car accident. And I had been when they came to the hospital. 2 were badly hurt, the one who sat in the front, and Saunier was in the back, and he was not hurt, okay? But he was in the accident. And now they say that all of them died in the accident, actually in the hospital, very badly. And I knew this is not true. So I came and knew instantly that he was murdered on my account. And I wrote a note to my colleagues that this case is a murder and it should be investigated. I was a whistleblower. What they did, they kicked me out of the hospital, kicked me out, deprived me from a livelihood, have stolen 10 years of my life, excluded me from the medical profession. I mean, not officially, because I am still a member of the New Brunswick Medical Society. I am a life member of the New Brunswick Medical Society, a life member, a colleague of a physician, but I have no license, and I lost 10 years of my life, and they were degraded me for doing a citizen's obligation, being a whistleblower. You understand? Ruined me. Why? Because we are in this bloody New Brunswick, a retarded dump. You understand? You understand? Where forensic medicine is 200 years behind. And as I said at the beginning, you can kill the patient in the hospital and you to do nothing because the doctors, the lawyers, the police, and all this will cover up.
Well, I always said the whole bunch, but I didn't know that.
If you object, they will do big noise, and there will be investigation, like with Perry in St. John, you know, the girl. Was
Serena Perry,
yes,
was found strangled in a mental ward.
And what happened? The fellow who actually allegedly strangled her, allegedly he's dead now. So everything
is dead now?
Yeah, that's what I read in the paper.
Yeah, she was strangled by a belt around her neck.
Yes. Anyway, it happened in the hospital, and the lawyers were claiming that we knew the Coroner's Act of New Brunswick. Coroner's Act of New Brunswick, which we have in here is 100 years old. It is a perfectly good law. It's a perfect law. It's a law like all in the Western card, that if somebody dies unexpectedly, has to be investigated, but not in New Brunswick. Here is the whole point, okay, Charles? And here is the point, and at this point, Charles, we end the session, okay?
Hold it. We can't end the session like this. What are you, some kind of a cook? We can't leave. I got a few questions here. Sorry, don't want to insult you.
No problem.
The Polish, the Scottish.
No. I'm a Canadian. Okay?
I'm Scottish.
No, I am a Canadian, and this is how you address me. I have a Polish background, but I am totally dedicated, loyal Canadian.
That's it, the point. Canadian Scotchman. So the Scottish thing and the Canadian. I want to know the young kid, Max Saunier, 25 years old. Now, there's he was involved in an accident. Did the two water die? They all died.
Yes.
Okay. And so I presume you talk about this to Max Saunier family?
No, if you like to hear this, is that I did not talk to them, but I wrote the letter. And somehow somebody told the mother of the patient
that you were not.
That I made this type of statement. Most probably they said I am not, but she still didn't believe it and sent a doctor here. The doctor here very anxious, and her name was, she's called now Saunier. She was married then, and her name was Yvette.
It don't matter.
Yvette.
Okay.
Yeah, her name Yvette. And she came and said to me, Doctor, would you speak to my mother, you know? I am such a big shot that the mother could not come straight to me like you, okay? You will talk to my mother. I said, sure, I certainly will, but I said, you know, this is a very delicate matter, so perhaps you bring a lawyer or so, you know? And they hired a lawyer from Moncton. And he wrote to me that he wants to hear from me also. So I took my stuff and delivered it to him. In this very moment, I was a licensed physician, able to charge fee for service. So I gave him a service. And I charged him $500.
A lawyer.
A lawyer, sure, to pay me
Well, that's
for the
good.
service,
They should have
500.
they should have charged more.
It was just one. Do you think he paid me?
I don't think so.
No, he didn't pay me. No lawyer paid me.
Okay, so
No,
what
no,
is
they-
the family?
These lawyers are so arrogant, you know? Arrogant bastards.
Yeah,
okay?
but that's another issue that we could talk about for hours. So Maksoni's family, at the end result, like you were saying about the Coroner Act, which I always say, you know what happened in Matters when those van crash, those kids that died in the van crash?
Oh, yes.
I was involved in that behind the scene.
Yeah.
To have a coroner inquest.
Yes.
The government wouldn't give them a coroner inquest. They said the kids died and that's it. It's over. And we fought, the mothers fought, and then at the only 2 mothers, the rest wanted to move on. And we got a coroner inquest, but it was just a bunch of hogwash because there wasn't no professional at the coroner's inquest to ask questions. The mothers had to fly all over the place. But anyway, that's another story.
No, it's not. Because I watched this situation very closely. I read all the papers and I listen to radio. I
Okay.
don't have
The
anything.
coroner inquest, they had to
no,
rush.
Yes, these kids from Bathurst. Now, there is nothing to be done which more than it used to be. They didn't have winter tires. They were traveling at night.
Yep.
Okay, and the
Snowstorm.
a snowstorm, and the driver make a mistake,
Yeah.
and he saw there
saw
was the driver make a mistake. So the death was totally unintentional.
Yeah.
Okay, it was a very bad accident. Perhaps if they didn't travel at night, if he has fat tires and so on.
And the most important thing, the van wasn't fit to
That's
be
it.
on the road.
Yes.
Idiots.
And yes. So
So,
it was a negligence for sure.
yes, it was.
But-
And the superintendent of then, now, listen to this. You want to talk about scandals? The superintendent, I forgot his name, thank God. The superintendent of the education district, forgot his name, now is the deputy minister of the education department in Fredericton.
That's good.
Huh? Can you imagine that?
Very much because there was no criminal intent.
Oh,
Do you understand?
Oh, yeah.
There was no criminal intent. It was an accident, it was a negligence due to many reasons. Here in the death of Thonier, Dixon, and some other patients was a criminal intent, which was never investigated. And here is a problem. Where criminal intent was premeditated murders. And this was this. Okay, Charles? Let us finish at this point.
Oh yeah, the bottom line is, the bottom
Okay.
line of this long-winded conversation is, we need what?
You see what you can do with this.
See what I can do with this. Okay, that's the way to finish it. Thanks a lot, Charles LeBlanc. Stay tuned.
That's great.